1920, Ty Cobb is the king of baseball. Best player for 14 years. .366 batting average, 12 batting titles. Small ball master, bunt, stolen base, inside the park home run, smart play, tactical play, real baseball. Then Babe Ruth arrives, former pitcher, now outfielder. And he does something nobody does. Hits home runs, many home runs. 1919, 29, 1920, 54. Breaking records, changing the game. Cobb watches, disgusted. This is not baseball. This is circus. This is cheap show. Real players do not play like this. Ruth is a fluke. In 1 year, he will be finished. But he does not finish. Ruth continues. More every year. And people love it. Stadiums fill. For Ruth, not for Cobb. Cobb feels himself losing. But losing what? Just records? Or something more? Maybe the game itself. Maybe time. Maybe the future. Spring 1920. Ty Cobb is 33 years old, 15th season with Detroit Tigers, already a legend. Career point, .366 batting average. Nobody has hit better. 12 batting titles, 892 stolen bases. Cobb invented modern baseball, the aggressive style, the intelligent style. Before Cobb, baseball was slow, predictable. Cobb changed that, made things happen, bunted for hits, stole bases, intimidated opponents, won more than anyone. But something is changing. A new name, Babe Ruth, former pitcher, now outfielder. 1919 season, 29 home runs. Shattered the record. Newspapers call him Sultan of Swat. Say he is revolutionizing baseball, the future. Cobb reads these articles, laughs. This is not the future. This is regression. Baseball is about strategy, speed, intelligence. Ruth is just swinging hard. Any fool can do that. Cobb's teammates hear him, listen, some agree, others are not sure. Because 29 home runs is impressive. Nobody has done that. But Cobb is insistent, vocal, dismissive. Home runs are accidents. You swing for contact. Sometimes the ball goes far. Fine. But you do not swing for home runs. That is foolish. That is inefficient. That is not baseball. The 1920 season begins. April. Ruth is now playing for the New York Yankees. Boston traded him. Biggest mistake in baseball history, though nobody knows that yet. Ruth's first game as a Yankee, home run. His second game, home run. His third game, home run. People are stunned. Is he going to do this every game? May arrives. Ruth has 12 home runs already. By the end of May, the previous record for an entire season was 29. Ruth is on pace for 60. The newspapers are obsessed. Every game, every at-bat. Will Ruth hit another? Yankees games sell out. People want to see the home runs, want to see the ball fly, want to see something they have never seen before. Reporters travel with the Yankees, document every swing, every hit, every home run, the spectacle, the phenomenon, the revolution happening in real time. Cobb watches this, disgusted, offended, personally insulted, because for 14 years, Cobb was the spectacle. Cobb was the phenomenon. Cobb was what people paid to see. His speed, his daring, his aggression, his dominance. Newspapers wrote about Cobb's stolen bases, his inside-the-park home runs, his .400 batting averages. But now it is all Ruth. Ruth's home runs, Ruth's power, Ruth's transformation of the game. Cobb feels replaced, not just surpassed, replaced, as if his style of baseball never mattered. As if his 14 years of dominance were erased by one player hitting home runs. He tells his teammates on the Tigers, "This is not baseball, this is a sideshow. People are being fooled, they think home runs are impressive. But what about stolen bases? What about bunts? What about advancing runners? That is real baseball." Ruth knows nothing about real baseball. June. Ruth has 25 home runs, already close to the record. With 3 months left in the season, Cobb is asked by reporters, "What do you think of Babe Ruth's home run pace?" Cobb's answer is cold, dismissive. "I think he is swinging hard and getting lucky. Home runs do not win championships. Fundamentals win championships. Ruth will learn that." But the Yankees are winning. For now, wait until pitchers figure him out. Wait until they learn to pitch around him. I'll wait until the luck runs out. Then everyone will see he is just a big swinger with no real skill. The reporters write Cobb's quotes, publish them. The headlines, Ty Cobb dismisses Babe Ruth. Cobb says Ruth is just lucky. Tiger star, home runs are not real baseball. Ruth reads these articles, laughs, tells reporters, Ty Cobb is a great player, greatest ever probably. But he is wrong about home runs. People love them, and I love hitting them. If Cobb thinks it is easy, he should try it. This infuriates Cobb. Try it? As if Cobb could not hit home runs if he wanted to. As if Cobb lacks the ability. The audacity of this young player, this former pitcher, this circus act, challenging Ty Cobb. July, Ruth has 35 home runs. August, Ruth has 45 home runs. September, Ruth finishes the season with 54 home runs. 54. And nearly double the previous record. Unprecedented, unbelievable, revolutionary. The Yankees do not win the championship. Cleveland wins, but nobody cares. Everyone is talking about Ruth, about the home runs, about the new era of baseball. Cobb finishes the season with 8 home runs. Good season for most players, but nothing compared to Ruth. Cobb's batting average, .334, lower than his career average, still good, still elite, but not .366, not the best, not the king. Ruth's batting average, .376, higher than Cobb's. Ruth led the league in batting average, led in home runs, led in RBIs, led in everything. The reporters asked Cobb again, Babe, Ruth had an incredible season. Your thoughts? Cobb's answer is strained, forced. He had a good year, but 1 year does not make a career. Let us see if he can sustain it. Only let us see if he can do it for 15 years like I have. Then we can talk about greatness. 1921 season. Ruth does it again. 59 home runs. Even more than 1920. Yankees win pennant, lose World Series. But Ruth is the story, the phenomenon, the biggest star in sports. Cobb has another good season. .389 batting average, excellent, best in the league. But Ruth's batting average, .378, close. And Ruth has 59 home runs. Cobb has 12. The narrative is changing. Cobb is still great, still one of the best, but not the best anymore. That title belongs to Ruth. 1922. Ruth struggles, suspended for part of season. Only 35 home runs. Still leads league. Cobb feels vindicated. See, I told you, Ruth is regression to mean. He had 2 lucky years. Now reality is setting in. But 1923 arrives. Ruth explodes. New stadium, Yankee Stadium, built for Ruth. 41 home runs. Yankees win World Series. Ruth is champion, the king. Cobb has terrible season by his standards. .340 average. Tigers finished second place. No championship. Reporters ask Cobb about Ruth's championship. His answer reveals bitterness. Ruth has talented teammates, good pitching. If I had that support, I would win championships too. But this sounds hollow, defensive, Cobb making excuses, and Ty Cobb never made excuses before. The years continue. 1924, 1925, 1926. Ruth keeps hitting, 40s, 50s, breaking records, becoming the face of baseball, the most famous athlete in America. Cobb ages, still good, but declining. .340 becomes .320, then .300. Still respectable, but not Cobb's level, not the King's level. The King is dethroned, 1925. Cobb is now player manager for Detroit Tigers, 38 years old, trying to extend his career, trying to stay relevant. In an interview, a reporter asks the question directly. Babe Ruth has surpassed your career home run total. He has more RBIs. He has changed how baseball is played. Do you still think home runs are not real baseball? Cobb's answer is long, rambling, defensive. Look, Ruth is a good player. I never said he was not good. But what he does is not what I do. I play complete baseball, bunting, stealing, hitting for average, advancing runners, playing defense. Ruth just hits home runs. That is one skill. I have many skills. Baseball has always been about complete players. But now, because of Ruth, everyone thinks power is everything. Everyone thinks home runs are everything. They are not. They are part of the game, but not the whole game. And future generations will realize that. They will realize that my style of baseball is superior, more consistent, more intelligent, more real, the reporter presses. But fans love Ruth's style. Stadiums sell out to watch him. He makes more money than you. He is more famous than you. Does that not suggest he is doing something right? Cobb's face hardens. Fame is not the same as greatness. Popularity is not the same as skill. Ruth is popular because he is entertaining, but I am great because I am excellent. There is a difference, and history will judge that difference correctly. But history does not judge it the way Cobb expects, because as the 1920s progress, baseball changes. Permanently, irrevocably, the home run becomes king. Power hitters are valued. Small ball is devalued. Bunting is seen as weak. Stealing is seen as risky. The game Cobb invented. The game Cobb mastered. The game Cobb dominated for 15 years. That game is dying, being replaced by Ruth's game, power game, home run game, entertainment game, and Cobb is being left behind, not in skill. He is still skilled, but in relevance, in importance, in legacy. 1926 season. Cobb is 39 years old, playing for Detroit, having a decent season. Not great, but decent. Midsummer, Detroit plays the Yankees in New York. Yankee Stadium, Ruth's house, built for Ruth, designed for Ruth's home runs, short right field porch, perfect for left-handed power. They call it the house that Ruth built, because Ruth's popularity paid for it. Ruth's home runs filled it. Ruth's legend created it. The stadium is packed, 60,000 fans, every seat filled, standing room only. They are here to see Ruth, not Cobb. Nobody cares about Cobb anymore. He is the past, yesterday's news, the old way of playing. Ruth is the present, the future, the new way, the right way, according to everyone. Before the game, Cobb and Ruth meet at home plate, shaking hands, posing for photographers, required courtesy, baseball tradition, two legends acknowledging each other, but the photographers focus on Ruth. Babe, look this way. Ruth, big smile. Babe, one more. Cobb stands there, waiting, invisible. The photographers barely notice him. One finally says, "Ty, can you move a little to the left? You are blocking Ruth." Blocking Ruth. Ty Cobb, the greatest hitter in baseball history, blocking Ruth. The symbolism is brutal, undeniable. Cobb looks at Ruth, sees the confidence, the ease, the comfort. Ruth owns this moment, owns this stadium, owns this era. Ruth looks at Cobb, sees the bitterness, the resentment, the anger, the sadness beneath it. Ruth feels pity, not mockery, not triumph, pity. Because Ruth knows what it is like to be surpassed, to be replaced, to be yesterday's news. He was a pitcher once, best pitcher in baseball. Then his body changed, his arm weakened. He had to become something else, had to transform, had to evolve or die. He chose evolution, chose transformation, and it saved his career, made him immortal. But he remembers the fear of that transition, the uncertainty, the risk. Cobb never transformed, never evolved, held on to his style, his beliefs, his superiority. And now he is paying the price. Ruth speaks quietly, so only Cobb can hear. Ty, you are the greatest player I ever saw. What you did for 15 years, nobody will ever match. But the game changed. That is not your fault. That is just time. Just evolution. Cobb looks at Ruth, wants to argue, wants to fight, wants to defend his legacy, wants to say that Ruth is wrong, that small ball is superior, that power is a fluke, that real baseball will return, but cannot. Because deep down, Cobb knows Ruth is right. The game changed. And Cobb did not change with it, did not adapt, did not evolve, held on to his style, his beliefs, his superiority, and the game passed him by, left him behind, not forgotten, but irrelevant. The game starts, top of first. Cobb leads off, single, sharp line drive, stands on first, next batter, ground ball. Cobb tries to steal second, thrown out, not close. He is 39, cannot run like before, cannot steal like he dominated for years. Walks back, head down, feeling old, bottom of first. Ruth at bat, crowd erupts, standing ovation. Ruth! 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 This used to be Cobb's reception, now Ruth's. Ruth swings first pitch, home run, deep, effortless, crowd insane. Cobb watches, feels resignation, acceptance. His game is over, Ruth's game has won, season ends. Cobb retires from Detroit, signs with Philadelphia Athletics. 1927, his last year, plays sparingly, hits .357, remarkable for 40-year-old. But nobody notices, because 1927 is Ruth's greatest season, 60 home runs. Record stands 34 years. Yankees win 110 games, World Series sweep, greatest team ever. Ruth is centerpiece, legend. Cobb plays final game, September 1927. No ceremony, goes 0 for 4, walks off, nobody notices. Same day, Ruth hits 66th home run. Next day, newspapers, Ruth dominates headlines. Cobb's retirement, page 5, small article, 3 paragraphs, no tribute, no fanfare, just footnote, in Ruth's story. Years later, and Cobb is asked about Ruth. His answers vary. 1947. Ruth changed baseball, made it popular, but also simpler, less strategic. Before Ruth, baseball was chess. After Ruth, checkers. 1952. I wish I hit more home runs, not because they are better, but because they are what people remember. I have more hits, higher average, more stolen bases. But when people think greatness, they think Ruth, because home runs are easy to understand. 1958, 3 years before death. Ruth was better than me. I said it, not more skilled. I had more skills, but more important, more impactful. He changed the game, I mastered it, but changing something is more significant than mastering it. That is why Ruth is greatest. And I am greatest before Ruth. That before Ruth qualifier is my legacy. I hate it, but I understand it. Ty Cobb dies in 1961, age 74. His funeral is attended by 3 people, 3, out of thousands of former players, hundreds of fans, millions who watched him play. 3 people. Babe Ruth died in 1948, age 53. His funeral was attended by 100,000 people. 100,000. They lined the streets of New York. They filled St. Patrick's Cathedral. They mourned. They cried. They celebrated a life, celebrated a legend, celebrated the man who changed baseball. The contrast is stark, brutal, undeniable. Cobb spent his entire life being the best, being the greatest, being superior. But in the end, he was alone. Ruth spent his life being loved, being celebrated, being joy. And in the end, he was mourned by 100,000 people. What is the measure of greatness? Is it skill? Is it records? Is it dominance? Or is it impact? Is it change? Is it love? Ty Cobb had the skill, had the records. He's had the dominance. Babe Ruth had the impact, had the change, had the love. Cobb mastered the game as it was. Ruth created the game as it became. Cobb was perfect. Ruth was revolutionary. And revolution beats perfection. Every time. Because perfection preserves. Revolution transforms. And baseball, like all sports, like all life, rewards transformation, not preservation. So here is the question. Was Ty Cobb right? Is small ball real baseball? Is strategy and speed and intelligence superior to power? Or was Babe Ruth right? Is entertainment and excitement and accessibility what baseball should be? Or maybe they were both right. Maybe baseball is big enough for both. For the perfectionists and the revolutionaries. For the strategists and the sluggers. For the masters and the transformers. But if both were right, why did Cobb die bitter and alone while Ruth died celebrated and loved? Maybe because being right is not enough. Maybe because the world does not reward being right. It rewards being transformative. It rewards being impactful. It rewards being remembered not for what you mastered, but for what you changed. Ty Cobb mastered baseball. Babe Ruth changed it. And in the end, change beats mastery. Every time. What do you think? Was Cobb's baseball superior, or was Ruth's baseball evolution, and does it matter? Because history has already judged. History chose Ruth, and left Cobb behind, not as forgotten, but as the answer to a trivia question. Who was the greatest player before Babe Ruth? That is Ty Cobb's legacy, not greatest, but greatest before, and that before is everything.